Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. This is the 25th to the 31st of August 2019 weekly check-in. So we're looking at your current self and theme of the week, Dreaming Away Tarot, amazing tarot deck. We're also looking at your key goal, obstacle to overcome, and anything that you might be accomplishing this week. Sorry I got that the wrong way around. We actually use the Everyday Witches Tarot for that. For what you need to avoid, what to embrace, and where you can find support, we use the Druid Craft Tarot deck by Philip and Stephanie Cargom. And spiritual advice on the first reading is through the Angel Answers. Second reading, your 15 card reading for the week, looks at other general energies, love, finance and work. We use the Tarot Grand Luxe by Ciro Marchetti, amazing deck. It's quite, I think he made it ages ago, but I think it's just gone mass market recently, but it's an amazing deck. And spiritual advice for romance, the Romance Angels, for work, money, Angels of Abundance, and anything else, the Answer deck. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Virgo, here's your reading. So, guys, you are this week showing as being the Two of Coins. You seem to be juggling quite a bit of stuff. I mean, some of you guys might be juggling money. When you get the Two of Coins and it's a financial thing, it means that you're having to try and offset one thing against the other. So this can mean just making ends meet. It might mean that you're struggling a little bit financially, and with the Two of Coins, as the saying goes, probably having to pay Peter, rob Paul to pay Peter, that type of thing. But it's all about trying to get those finances back into order and back into balance. If it's work, then the Two of Coins is you've got a lot of things on your plate. You're trying to balance your home life, you're trying to balance your work life. And sometimes the Two of Coins can be just playful energy, just having a good time and just, enjoying life, as it were, and just being light-hearted about stuff. But I get the impression that you're probably juggling quite a bit this week. What's the theme of the week? What's the reason for this? The theme, okay, so we've got another two. Two twos. So twos are all about trying to gain balance and they're about the duality of life, okay? They're about the duality, the differences, the balances, the imbalances, the alternatives with the Two of Swords energy. Now, this Two of Swords here, you are probably going to be faced with a decision this week. So this is a week based on decisions with that Two of Swords energy. And I think that this then, with this card here, this really kind of says, well, it's because this is why you're juggling. This is why you're weighing things up, because you're being faced. So let's call this Two of Coins this week that you guys are actually showing us people who are weighing things up. You're weighing things up because you've got a decision to make. You've got a decision. Two of Swords is all about being faced with a decision, and this is weighing those decisions up. Okay, so there's two things that you could do, but you need to weigh up what would be the best thing to do, what would benefit you the most. What is your goal for the week, Virgo? It is the Ace of Swords, so it's to come up with a plan of action, isn't it? Because the Ace of Swords is all about devising a new plan. So when you get aces, as you know, they're new. So because the Ace of Swords, because swords are all ideas and struggles, sometimes that can be a new struggle. But this is your goal. It's not to struggle, obviously. So the next thing is the idea. It's a new idea. Well, is your goal this week to come up with an idea? Because you've got to make a decision here and you're weighing things up. So your goal for the week might be, well, hopefully I'll come up with an idea how I'm going to do this, or what I'm going to do with this. Or, my goal might be to finally have this idea and devise a plan of action going forward. To take action. Ace of Swords is to take action as well. Ace of Swords is also a breakthrough. So it might be your goal for the week is to have a breakthrough, a mental breakthrough in terms of how, or in terms of what decision you make concerning that Two of Coins. Because it just seems to me that you all seem to be weighing up quite a few things. What is standing in your way? What's the obstacle that you need to overcome? A Knight of Wands. I think that you've got a very kind of forceful energy around you with the Knight of Wands energy. Because the Knight of Wands is usually a very forceful, braggadocious and sometimes boastful energy. But not just that, really. He or she is a very overly confident person. All right, and you can see that this person is actually moving towards you, because your goal for the week is to finally decipher, get some clarity as well. I forgot to mention the word clarity. When you do online readings, you kind of like have to think so quick on your feet. But the Ace of Swords is all about gaining clarity. So if you've got a decision to make here with the Two of Swords and you're weighing up, well, what decision do I make? Your goal will be, well, I'm hoping this week that I'm going to be able to find some clarity and make that decision. But you might need to overcome the obstacle that there is somebody standing in your way of this. There's somebody that might be forcing their opinions on you. Because cards like the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands, they're forceful energy. So there might be somebody who's quite forceful around you who says, well, no, this is my idea. Remember, he's flying on one wand. And a wand, both the similarity between the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords is they're both idea cards. So they indicate new ideas. This person takes their idea very seriously because they're sitting on the idea. All right, they're sitting on the idea. Okay, so this, and it's not a horse, it's the wand that they sit on. All right, usually not a wand is on a horse, but he's on a wand here. He's sitting on his wand. So this person's sitting on an idea, and I think that they're coming at you with it. So it feels like you need to overcome the obstacle that there's somebody else who has an idea around you, and they're very forceful. So then again, we've got that tug of war, because the Two of Coins is the weighing up, because you're faced with an idea. Now, those two ideas here, one of the ideas is yours with the Ace of Swords, and one of the ideas is the Knight of Wands with the wand. You are hoping, your goal for the week is to achieve clarity, to finally make a decision on the idea, but you need to overcome the obstacle of that Knight of Wands, because this Knight of Wands also has an idea that they hold very dear to them. They're sat on it and they're coming right at you with it. So just be aware of that. There's something you might say, well, I hope that I can achieve this idea, but then there might be somebody who's trying to bombard you and force you with their ideas at the moment. So then you're kind of back at square one, is to say, well, I had an idea of my own, but I've got this person who also has this idea. So Two of Coins, what is it that, what do I do? What could you be accomplishing? Moving in your own direction, the Chariot, taking control. Because that's charioteer energy. It's all about taking control, taking the reins back in the situation. So you could be achieving taking control of the situation, which means that you're back in the driving seat, because the Chariot means to take control of the situation, and it means to rein in all of those kind of different directionless energies that you're probably finding between that Two of Swords, this Knight of Wands, and your Ace of Swords. All of these ideas, you've got that goal of, I'm going to get clarity and I'm going to make a choice. And this person comes in as the obstacle and says, but I've got this idea and I'm coming towards you with it and I want to force you to do this thing. But with the Chariot, what you could be accomplishing is saying, well, you know what? I've looked at this direction and I've looked at this. Can you see we're still getting this pattern of having to make choices? The Chariot. I could go in this direction or I could go in this direction. Can you see where the wheel is turned? It's turning this way. So to me, it says in a way that you do make that choice. You do make that choice anyway. Whether you go left or right, you make the choice all on your own, because you're taking your power back with the Chariot and you're taking control of the situation and you're getting back in the driving seat. What is it you need to avoid? You need to avoid Taurus, Queen of Coins energy. Now, the Queen of Coins could be you. Did I say Taurus? Virgo. Sorry, Virgo. That could still be you because it's Earth. Now, the Queen of Coins is a nice lady. She's got this pentacle, and what she's doing is that she's holding something of value. She holds something, she's holding on to something of value. And this kind of makes me think that what you're accomplishing with that Chariot, which is whereby you're taking control, you're making decisions for yourself, and you're getting yourself back into that driving seat. I'm wondering if that this is not such a good thing, because it's saying to avoid holding onto something of value too closely. Because there's something here, this Ace of Swords here, it feels like it connects up to the Queen of Coins. Because you're saying, well, I've got this decision to make. I've been weighing things up, Two of Coins through the week. I've got this decision to make. I'm hoping that by the end of the week, my goal is to have made this decision with the Ace of Swords, because it's all about finding the clarity and finally putting a plan into action. So I'm hoping to have made a decision with the Ace of Swords, but I need to overcome the obstacle that somebody also has a idea, and they're being quite forceful with me taking it. But what I could accomplish by the end of the week is taking my power back and just kind of moving in the direction that I want to move. But the universe is saying, avoid holding on to something too tightly. Okay, and what you could be holding on to too tightly, Virgo, is that idea that you have here. So it might actually be saying that the idea that you want to go for here isn't necessarily the right one. What you need to embrace is, oh my goodness, but it's still saying the Chariot. It does say, it's really weird, which means that that cannot be the explanation for that, because you're accomplishing the Chariot and you need to embrace the Chariot, okay? Which is your own control, because you're taking control and power of this situation. You know, the Chariot is very much a singular card. It's where one person takes back ownership and they take back control. Okay. I almost feel that I'm going to explain this differently now, because we've got this Chariot card showing here. And it's telling you to embrace that Chariot. Embrace your own strength. Embrace your own confidence. Know that you can do this. Know that you can push forward on your own terms with the Chariot energy showing here with both cards. Look, you've got it twice. So it cannot be the explanation that I gave here. This cannot be wrong. This must be right. So therefore, what is the Queen of Coins? Okay. So Queen of Coins is holding on to something of value. I don't think it's a financial thing with this Queen of Coins energy. This is hard work. For effort is the Queen of Pentacles energy. But she's also extraordinarily analytical as well. She goes through everything with a fine tooth comb with the Queen of Coins. She's a very practical female showing here. Okay. I think this is you. I think this is you. But for some reason you need to avoid doing the Queen of Coins. There's obstacle you need to overcome is somebody who's quite forceful with their own ideas, and you need to avoid doing the Queen of Coins energy. I don't know whether this is being overly analytical about whatever this idea is. I don't know whether, but then this is taking time to make a decision. And actually I'm going to go with that explanation for that Queen of Coins, because she's all the coin people are very slow. So this could be saying that you need to avoid taking time to make a decision, because you need to embrace it. You've got to move now. Chariot, you've got to move now on this situation. So that makes sense. One card is slow, one is fast. The Queen of Coins moves slowly because she's deliberating, she's kind of carving things out, she's writing things down. She writes everything down. She puts everything into spreadsheets. She analyzes things. She says, right, if we do this, what would I get from this? What would the profit margin be? Because she's a money person. She's all about profits and margins and, you know, turnover. And she's all about those things. But you need to avoid doing that. So it's almost like it's saying to you, avoid wasting time in the absolute. And I would never, because she's very thorough. That's the thing with the Queen of Coins. But for some reason it's saying avoid being too analytical concerning this, Virgo, because you really need to be pushing forward with it now. That's what I think it's actually trying to tell you. Okay, you need to avoid being too analytical, you know, pulling everything to pieces, and you need to push forward with this now. If you've got, so this is right. You want to accomplish a decision by the end of the week. Your goal is to make a decision. It's to find clarity in what to do here. So it says, right, fine. So that's your goal, Virgo. But avoid kind of just putting everything to pieces and over-analysing everything, which is what the Queen of Coins can do, which is why she takes such a long time to make decisions, because you've really got to push ahead with this now. You really have to push ahead with it now. And it is saying by the end of the week you could accomplish this with the Chariot showing there as well. If you need support, where can you go? Oh. You can return to someone that you've spoken to before. Six of Swords in the reverse is a return card. So return to someone that you spoke to in the past. Okay, somebody that you've had dealings with. Someone that you can bring you clarity, of course, because it's the Six of Swords. But somebody that you spoke to in the past, because it's a past card, it's a return card. You need to return back to someone. And it's almost like you need to return to shore, because the Six of Swords in the upright is moving away from the shore. In the reverse, it's making a return back to port. So it's almost like a detour. It's almost like, oh, we can't continue this journey. Let's go back to shore. So it's almost like you need to speak to someone who can take you back to basics on this situation. You need to return to someone who can give you that clarity. Somebody who's not too far away. Somebody who you can return to and talk to. Somebody who you can, you know, this is all about going back to port. So you need to go back to basics. You need to go back to port, okay? Because you've gone too far out at the moment. You need to, if you need to support, go to someone who can give you that grounding again with the Six of Swords in the reverse. Quickly do this reading again, Virgo, before we go. You guys are weighing things up this week, the Two of Coins. It's because the theme of the week is that you're faced with a decision. Your goal is to find clarity by the end of the week and to make that decision with the Ace of Swords. But you need to overcome the obstacle that there is someone around you. It could be a fire sign individual, doesn't have to be, who's extraordinarily forceful with their own ideas. And they've got ideas for what you should do. And they're going to be pretty kind of vocal and forceful with that. They'll try and force those ideas on you. So you need to overcome that obstacle. Because by the end of the week, you could be achieving doing things on your own terms, making your own decisions and moving forward with this Ace of Swords, with this idea that you have. Avoid being too over-analytical, because it's going to slow you down with that Queen of Coins energy, because you need to embrace it. You need to do stuff now. The Chariot is now. you need to move now, okay? You need to take control of the situation and move now, Virgo, okay? And if you need support, go to someone that you spoke to before. Go back to basics. Go back to shore. You know, you can always kind of wind things back a little bit. You've made progress, but this is kind of winding things back. So go to someone that you spoke to before and go back over whatever it is that you're doing here, just to make sure that you're completely clear on the direction. Sometimes you've got to go backwards to move forwards, okay? Let's have a quick look at what the advice is for the week through the angels. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice you have for Virgo on this reading for the week through the angels? Just give me as many cards as you want so we get a sentence. What is the advice that you have? So Virgo, it says, yeah, there you go. Ask for help from others, okay? And it keeps giving that helpful people card. So ask for help from others. There are helpful people around you, okay? It's saying that, okay, I'm not going to read it because it makes no sense, okay? So ask for help from others and there are helpful people around you. Anything else you want to say? Is there any other advice that you have for Virgo on this reading? Okay. Oh, there's too many cards coming out. Let's put them all back here. Okay. Universe, Spirit, any other information that you have for Virgo on this reading in whatever cards? That came out before and it's come out again. It's saying it's unlikely. Now, I put that back and it didn't make any sense, but it came out again, so I'm going to take it. It's unlikely, but yes, you need to listen to your intuition. Something is unlikely, but yes, you do need to listen to your intuition. What is unlikely, universe? What is unlikely, angels? You said unlikely. It's unlikely that a year from now, there will be forgiveness. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So it's saying, ask for help from others. There are helpful people around you. It's unlikely, but yes, you do need to listen to your intuition. Because a year from now, and I said, well, what's unlikely? He said, well, it's unlikely that a year from now there's going to be forgiveness. So maybe that's something else. Maybe that's something else you've been thinking of. These cards have a funny way. It's unlikely a year from now that there's going to be forgiveness and compromise. That's what it's coming out with. But there are going to be big happy changes, so remain positive. Okay? Right, that's it. Okay, we're going to get on with your second reading. Bear with me. Page of Wands, messages, information. Page of Wands coming in, Virgo. Let's have a look. Ah, Chariot again. That showed up twice in your other reading. Could be getting a message from a Cancerian with that Chariot energy showing up here. Could also be travel related stuff happening here. Page of Wands and the Chariot are both travel related as well. Let's have a look. Nine of Wands. So you're on the last leg of a situation here. You're one step away with the Nine of Wands energy from, this is study, Eight of Coins. So the Eight of Coins is study, all right? But you seem to be on the last leg of some study here, all right? Because this is the last leg. And this is study. So if you're studying for something, you're very nearly completing it. So this is completion of studies. You're very nearly completing those studies showing up here. Temperance energy. This showed up for someone before, I'm sure another sign. So temperance, so you're one step away from finishing studies here. There might be a test, temperance energy, and taking your test with the temperance energy, okay? So this might also be saying, for some of you Virgos, you need to get out and about this week quite a bit. Because the Page of Wands is also a card that indicates the need to go out and enjoy one's life. You know, go cinema, go for a meal, go and do some really good things. And this is travel. So this is, you know, pursue fun. So the Chariot pursues and this is fun. There might be a need for you to pursue some fun because this week, because you're on the last leg of some form of study that you're doing before you take the test, because temperance is the test, okay? The other energy for love shows up the Eight. So things picking up nightly. This is a rush, Eight of Wands energy. Nine of Cups. So you guys are rushing into something here. The Eight of Wands energy. Eight of Wands is rushing. Nine of Cups energy. Some of you guys are feeling really good in a relationship, but there's a lot of rushing going on here, I think, with this Eight of Wands energy. And I feel that with the Eight of Swords, somebody doesn't want to do this. So one of you Virgo, somebody wants to rush this relationship. Somebody's feeling really satisfied and wants to rush into a relationship, but the other one doesn't, because the Eight of Swords means commitment phobe, do not want to do this. So whilst I'm seeing in love that one of you, if you know who this person is, Virgo, one of you wants to rush into a relationship, you're feeling really good. So either you're feeling really good about someone or someone's feeling really good about you. They want to rush into this relationship. But it will be one of you that doesn't want to do with this with the Eight of Swords. And they're not telling you this because the Eight of Swords also means not to speak. So somebody's not telling you something here. Five of Cups. I think they're not telling you that they are feeling down or they're feeling lost with that Five of Cups energy showing there. Four of Swords. They're not telling you that they're feeling regret. They're feeling sad. They want to take a break. Somebody wants to take a break in a relationship here. It's if you're the one that wants to rush the feeling sad, because I'm getting the impression is if you look at the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups is all about feeling satisfied in a relationship. So what I'm getting here is that one of you is feeling really satisfied and wants to advance the relationship, but the other partner is feeling lack of commitment. They're feeling a sense of frustration and they're feeling probably quite caged. But I think with the Eight of Swords, they're not telling you this. They're not telling you. They could do, but they're not telling you this. They've been trying to show you a few signs because they've got that light in the hand. So they've probably tried showing you a few signs, but they've not said that they're feeling like a little bit depressed and they need to take a bit of a break. So somebody's not telling, so either you're not telling the partner that you want to take a break or the partner's not telling you this week. And for work and finance, well, the Two of Coins, again, money, if it's finances, you're juggling your money. If it's work, you've got a lot of responsibilities on this week. Yeah, some of you guys, I feel, if it's money juggling, some of you guys feeling really under pressure by juggling money. If it's work, again, juggling lots of things and feeling a lot of mental pressure with that Eight of Swords energy showing there, okay? Possibly something to do with the King of Wands, a boss. It looks like this, look, there's worry. Can you see the Nine of Swords? Some of you guys worried about a boss. You're either worried about a boss or you're worried about completing a project, because this is successful completion as well, is the King of Wands. Okay, I think this is money. I think that you're juggling, not money, sorry, I think this is work. I mean, certainly for money, I do feel that there's a lot of juggling going on here for some of you Virgos, and you might be feeling a great deal of pressure and the inability to make those changes with the Ten of Swords. I think if this is a job, then you guys are like, you're way over your head with work. There's a lot of mental pressure with that, with the Ten of Swords energy, and you're definitely very anxious about a boss with that King of Wands energy showing there. And completing, fulfilling the task is the Ten of Coins. So it's completing. The tens represent completion. This would be completing a project because it's a product card. Though the pentacles are products. So this is finishing, completing the product, okay? So I am seeing a lot of stuff going on in work. I think this is expressly work, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay. I think if it's work, I think if it's money, you're juggling money, there's a lot of mental pressure there. I think that you're worried about, it might be that you're worried about, this can be media related things. So it might be some of you guys are worried about, I don't know, buying stuff or, you know, getting stuff with this King of Wands energy. But don't worry, because money will pick up with the Ten of Coins. I certainly feel this is more geared towards work there, where you're juggling a lot of work. There's a lot of mental pressure. It's coming from this person because you're worrying about this person. And while you're worrying about this person, it would seem, Virgo, is because you've got to complete a project for this individual. And you've got other things on your plate as well, okay? We're going to see what you can do to remedy that in a moment. So what is the advice that you can give to Virgos on their work situation? What is the advice you can give to Virgos on their work situation? Okay. Right, visualize abundance in all forms. So God gave you such a great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually comes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. Okay, that's a good source of information there. Actually, for love, what I'm seeing is that for Virgo, it's Virgo or the partner wants to pick up the pace. They're happy to pick up the pace in the relationship, but it's either Virgo or the partner. So I mean, it could be you, Virgo. I can't see any signs of it being you. I don't have the coins here. But if this is you, you want to pick up the pace in a relationship, and you're happy to do it, you're feeling satisfied with the person you're with, you want to pick up the pace, but this person is not really wanting to do that, and they're not telling you that, okay? They've showed you signs with that light in the hands, but they're not really happy to do that. I feel that they're feeling kind of like, you know what, at the moment I don't really feel this relationship and I want to take a break, and it could be vice versa, it could be you that's doing that. What is the advice that you have for Virgo concerning this situation for love? What is the advice that you have for Virgo? You deserve love. You are lovable. So I feel that this might be you probably wanting to pick up the pace in a relationship, but there's somebody around you that the partner doesn't want to do it. I think somebody doesn't want to do it. I think that they're feeling trapped, and they're also not telling you. They've tried showing you signs, but they're not telling you that they're feeling like the relationship for them at the moment is not working, that like they want to give up on it at the moment and they want to take a break with the Four of Swords. But it's saying don't let this affect you, because you really do deserve the right person. You deserve love, and you're definitely lovable, okay? And finally, this area here we looked at was the Page of Wands and the Chariot. Some of you guys got good news coming in, all right? Some of you guys got good news coming in, all right? But I do feel also that with this Page of Wands energy here, I mean, this could be kind of also within an apprenticeship. This could be sort of a new mode of study. Some of you guys might have been studying something creative. Well, I feel that you are going to be achieving something here. You're on the last leg, all right? You're on the last leg of the journey, because the Chariot is the journey and that's the last leg. So some of you guys are on the last leg of a journey here. It might be concerning kind of like an apprenticeship with the Page of Wands, or something that you were studying or something like that, okay? You're on the last leg of a journey concerning your studies. It might be with something to do with like an apprenticeship, that type of thing. Temperance energy here, a test, or you're on the last leg of the journey concerning some studying. You're going to be able to kind of finally just relax, that type of thing with Temperance. What is the advice you have for Virgo concerning this in 3 cards? What is it? Just give me general advice you've got for Virgo. Okay, so the first piece of advice is there's sexual attraction, which is interesting. I mean, these cards can either be for this or anything. So sexual attraction is showing up here. But sexual attraction is causing you some anxiety, showing here. And actually, I think it goes for that. I don't think it's giving me this. I think it's giving me that, because it was a love reading. But you'll have victory in the end, all right? So sexual attraction is causing some of you guys anxiety, but you will have victory in the end. I think it's concerning this energy here and not necessarily that. Is there anything you want to say? Anything else that you've just got? Universe, anything else you've got to tell Virgo? Oh, so these are falling apart. I love these cards. And they're very accurate as well. Really good. I did a reading on myself yesterday and it came to fruition. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice? Anything other advice you've got? Just generally, because I think this advice is for this area. But anything else you've got for Virgo? Right, clarity. You're going to have clarity, guys, okay? Clarity is going to bring you wealth, all right? But there is a lesson to learn in this, okay? So clarity is going to bring you wealth, but you will have a lesson to learn in this, okay? Okay. Or it could be saying, well, the lesson for you to learn is that clarity brings wealth and abundance, that type of thing. All right, that's your reading, my darlings. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on the channel. Also, 2 things. If you want to order a reading, click on the website link in the comment section. You can also find the link in the description bar, and also at the end of the video there's like an end screen that comes up and you can click in and you can go to the website. The other thing is, on my website from now on you'll have monthly love readings. So what I'm trying to create here, Virgo, is my own sort of video channel on my website. So you'll be able to check out all of your monthly readings on there for love, okay? Any ideas that you've got for the website, let me know as well if you want. You probably don't, but if you have any ideas of content that could go on there as well that you guys could see, that would be great as well. But yeah, if you want to see your love reading for September 2019, go over to the website and I'll leave a link to the website below as well and where that is. All right, that's it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.